Zel boy army, welcome to another video on the channel. I'm looking forward to this one. We are ranking all the best meta midfielders on FIFA 23. This is as October the 8th we're doing this video, so bear that in mind for anyone watching it later. We have picked 50 midfielders. I'm going to try for these tier lists moving forward, stick to 50 players, the best 50 players in their position. Might be some debate, you might think I've missed some people out. I have probably missed a few players out in terms of icons. I didn't want it just to be 25, 30 icons at this point. So I've tried to pick mostly just the best icon midfielders at this point of the game. For this tier list, it's purely based on how good the card is. So say Dirk Kuyt, not going to be as good for linking in players as maybe Yaya Toure would be. But we're going to compare the cards purely based on their stats, how good they are. I will talk about the card and say about their links, but a card will be put into a tier purely based on how good that card actually is. Not price, not links, just the card itself. So we've got here 50 players. This is just for CDM and centre mids. So you have Mostovoy as a cam, but I'd be treating him as someone who can play centre mid or CDM. The next tier list video will be for attackers. That will be cams, lambs, rams, wingers, strikers. This is just players who I think can play really well in CDM or centre mid. There's quite a mix in price ranges here, so there's lots of options for different people. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, boys. Let me know if there's anyone you think should have been in the tier list who's not. Don't put an icon, like I said, I've explained that. If there's any gold players you think I've missed out, I might have. I've tried to be as fair as I could and include all the ones I thought should be in here. And we're going to be using FUTGG. We will be searching for a player, looking at his stats, talking about the card, and then ranking him. Let's start with Konrad Lyman. By the way, if a card gets put in D tier here, it does not mean they are bad. Every single card in this video is meta and good in my opinion. There's just levels. Konrad Leimer's not going to be in the same tier as Huller, is he, for example? Konrad Leimer, 3-star, 3-star. Pretty bad shooting, decent passing, quick for a midfielder, okay on the ball, very good defending, decent physical, but the strength's lacking a bit. I like this card. He was a very good starter card, but he's probably going in the D tier. He definitely could be bordering on a C-tier player, but when we're going to be adding other midfielders into this later on, it's going to be pretty hard to justify putting him higher than that. Weston McKenna. Honestly, I feel like we've missed one actually. We did miss Renato Sanchez. I've realised we've missed one already. Renato Sanchez. Renato Sanchez, I haven't got the image for him, but Renato Sanchez is probably going to be crossed between B and C tier. On new gen, Renato Sanchez would be a C tier player. On old gen, I would be putting Renato Sanchez in B tier. On new gen, which is most of my experience of playing, I've watched plenty of old gen though. I think new gen, big physical players with strength will be ranked a bit higher. On old gen, the better on the ball, a little bit quicker. They're going to be ranked a bit higher based on that. Okay, Weston McKenna. He is a bit better than Konrad Leimer in general. I think he's a bit better physically, a bit more well-rounded. So for me, he's going to just about push it into the C tier. Where is Weston McKenna? Let's go Marquisio. We're going to mix it. We're not just going to go through the lowest rate to the top. Marquisio, 4-star, 4-star. I don't think skill moves is essential for a midfielder, but obviously you are definitely going to choose to have it over not. The weak foot's definitely something I'd like to have in a midfielder. This guy can do a bit of everything. My ideal midfielders on FIFA tend to be ones who can do a bit of everything. I do think in the last few FIFAs, a player who was only good defensively like a Vieira, honestly, I wouldn't have even been S tier at this point of the game for me. But I do like my formations generally to have 2 CDMs, and in that I like one of them to be really big physical defensive and the other to be good going forward. Marquisio obviously fits into the all-round one. He's just perfect on this game, honestly. He's going into the S tier for me. He can do absolutely everything. I really love that one. Paul Pogba, where is Paul Pogba in all of this? Bit slow, like I say, pace isn't massive on this game. He is lengthy, which will help him. Can finish, world passing, decent on the ball. If his defending was bare, he could be decent on this list. 5-star, 4-star is really nice. We're going to be putting him into C tier just because he's going to be a little clunky with that agility balance. Quite slow and awful defending. He could be pushing B tier, but I think Pogba's just too bad in too many areas, honestly, which is a shame because it's a good card in other ways. Gravenberch. Ryan Gravenberch, 4-star, 4-star, big, good across the board, really well-rounded. He's going to be into the C tier for me. A little bit sus in a few areas. That does let him down. not bad for a 79 rated card at this point of the game. Let's go for Essien. Essien, we've put his mid in. His baby's arguably better, to be honest. I just got the wrong image. We'll treat this card here as the baby Essien. They're both very good, though. 3-star, 3-star. Doesn't really matter too much of the type of midfielder Essien is. Quick, not the best shooting or passing, but he's good enough at the short pass to play it quite simple. He's lengthy, which is really nice. If you look at this card with like a sentinel, considering he's already fast, look how cracked he is, man. He is just an absolute beast. He's just a little bit small for me. If he was like a 6'3" card with these stats, he'd be S tier for me. But we're putting him in the A tier. Like I said, bear in mind that some of these cards aren't the best value at this point of the game. That's just how icons can be. But we're rating them based on how good the card is. Joshua Kimmich. Elite stamina. Not the best shot. Bit slow, especially with explosive. Very nice on the ball for a midfielder. Very good defending. Kimmich, for me, has enough nice stats in enough areas and a good weak foot that I'm going to be putting him into B tier. I just think he lacks in quite a few areas. He honestly could be a C tier player, but on this game where the really nice defending, good passing, dribbling does stand out at times, Kimmich about gets there for me. Georgie Hadji shouldn't be on this list. He's a cam. Don't know why I got him. We'll call Georgie Hadji Renato Sanchez for this list. Renato Sanchez, you're going in B tier, son, but you've turned Romanian. Luka Modric. Modric on the last couple of FIFAs really wasn't that special. We're using the best versions of players, of course. Luka Modric, so good on the ball that it's a massive advantage. Good enough at shooting that it's a plus. 4-star, 4-star, an elite passer. Okay pace. He's probably honestly going to be A tier. If the defending and physical was a bit better, he'd be pushing S tier. He's a bit small, to be honest, as well, though. So he's borderline A or B tier, but he's that good in some areas that I'm seeing pro players using. I'm putting Modric in the A tier. Roy Keane. Roy Keane, again, on previous FIFAs, really wouldn't have been very desirable. But this one is good enough on the ball, considering the rest of the stats, that he's not a liability. Shooting's a bit sus, but it's okay. His passing at 90 short pass 87 vision's really good. The pace is fine on this game. Elite physical. Very, very good defending. Roy Keane's going B tier. Could be pushing A tier, but I just think he's a bit bad in a few areas. Jude Bellingham. Like I say as well, boys, I want a bit of debate. If you don't agree with some of the decisions I say, let me know. Tell me in the comments, where would you put some of these players? Jude Bellingham. Very well rounded, 4-star, 4-star, big body at 6'1", very good physical, very solid defending. He's just so well rounded across the board, Bellingham. He is a card that is crying out for a couple of upgrades, and he joins that elite batch of midfielders. He is going B tier for me. He's just not good enough in any area to really push himself higher up the list, but he's well rounded enough he can settle in the middle of it. Mostovoy, let's do Mostovoy. Mostovoy's defending obviously is a bit of a letdown, but it's good enough to play midfield. He's pretty quick. He's very good at finishing, especially when you consider that weak foot. An elite passer. Solid physical. Good on the ball. Mostovoy, for me, is going in the A tier. He's good enough as the midfielder who goes forward that I think you can definitely justify putting him into here. He is crazy value, by the way. Not that I'm adding him higher up the list because of this, but I really do think he is an elite card for value at this point of the game, especially because he's giving you double links in La Liga. Mateus Nunes, one of the Prem cheap beasts. 3-star, 3-star, good on the ball, not a great shot, okay at passing, good physical, good defending, very quick at this point. I think he's going C tier for me. No, we'll probably put him D tier because 3-star, 3-star, can't shoot, not the best defending, but like I said, any card here, these are still good cards. Kante. Kante's normally an A/S tier card at the start of the year. Can't shoot, or not very good at it. A lot worse on the ball than normal, but okay. Elite defending, pretty good physical, but not that strong. Small, not quick. Kante is honestly a C tier player for me this year. On old gen, he might be pushing B tier because he's going to be decent on the ball with those stats, but he can't shoot. He's small, pretty slow, not a great passer. He's got the elite defending and good physical stats elevate, but the good physical stats are kind of taken away by strength being more important this year, and he's a small body. Thomas Lamar, we'll look at his new card. Thomas Lamar's got a double upgrade here. We're judging this card purely based off how it is now. We'll come back to these tier lists in November. We're going to be doing these once a month. Lamar could have moved further up by then, but obviously there's going to be more cards out. Elite pace, elite on the ball. That defending and strength is really, really average. Well, not even average, it's really bad to be honest, but the interception stand attack is pretty good. Very clinical at this point of the game for a midfielder. Pretty good passing, bordering elite. Got skill moves. I'm putting this Lamar at the bottom of A tier. He excels in enough areas as the going forward one. Actually, we're going to put him B tier. He's probably going to be A tier once he gets a couple of upgrades, but he's small, not very good physical, really bad defending awareness, and compared to someone like Mostovoy, yes, he's a bit better on the ball, and he's quicker, but Mostovoy has the 5-star weak foot and just better all-round stats, so I don't think he can quite justify that right now. Look at Petite. Emmanuel Petite. 6 foot. Feels a bit bigger than that in game, though, I think. Elite defending and physical, like really, really good. Good short pass, but not the best at other areas. Decent enough shot because that shot part. Okay pace. Bit meh on the ball. We're putting him in A tier. He's going to be around the bottom of that A tier because he's not huge. He's got only 3-star, but his defending and physical really do boost him. We'll go Steven Gerrard. Steven Gerrard, great. This is elite shooting at this point in the game for a midfielder, to be honest. Elite passing, okay on the ball, below average defending, decent physical, 6 foot, pretty good pace. If he was 4-star, he'd be top of A tier, but for me, he's probably going top of B tier for now. The 3-star. Petite just excels in other areas that Gerrard doesn't, that elite defending and physical. Gerrard maybe could be here, but right now, I just don't think he's quite good enough in enough areas to go into that tier. And the shooting's good, but 3-star weak foot does lower a bit. Let's look at Leon Goretzka. Goretzka, elite physical. That is crazy strength at this point of the game. Pretty good passing. Can shoot. 4-star weak foot. Solid pace. Decent on the ball. Pretty good defending. Shame the defending awareness isn't higher, but Goretzka is an A-tier player in my eyes. Really good player at this point. He's 6'2" as well. We're going to put him honestly top of A-tier. I prefer him to any of these midfielders right now. He's nearly in the Hullet gang there. And talking about Hullet, let's have a look at him. Ruud Hullet. 90 rated card. 5-star weak foot. 6'3". Insane. Ruud Hullet is clearly going to be top of the S-tier. He's ahead of Marquisio. Ruud Hullet. We already knew that. That one's not going to... We're not going to waste much time on that. Emre Can. Emre Can, 4-star weak foot, lengthy with high sprint speed. Those players are really good. Can play him at centre mid or centre back. Very good defending, very good physical, can shoot, decent passing. Emre Can is going at top of B tier for me. Very good, but a little limited in some areas. Bernardo Silva, I think he excels more as a creative centre mid than an attacking player, because I think he's a little slow with the weak foot for that. Okay shooting, elite dribbling, one of the best in the game. Bit sus on the physical and defending. He's going into the C tier for us. We could definitely use him as your player who goes forward. Philipp Lahm. Now Lahm, unfortunately, strength and height really do let him down. He can't shoot. He's very, very good on the ball. One of the best defensive players in the entire game. If you put an anchor on him, really good all-round defending there. I'm putting him in the bottom of the B tier. His defending is that good right now. If we'll put him there, his defending is that good right now that he's going to still be really good. But I just think he's lacking in other areas. Musiala. Jamal Musiala. This card, when he gets future stars this year, because I'm pretty sure he hasn't had one before, will be one of the best midfielders in the game. 4-star. Insane on the ball. Solid passing. Can shoot. Good pace. These do let him down a bit. I'm putting him in the C tier. I think it's a pretty good card right now. Be fun to use. Fofana in form. 4-star. Lengthy. Great strength. Can pass. Okay shot. Not the best on the ball, but not bad. Decent defending. Fofana's going in the B tier for me. Probably around here. I would honestly rather have him than Lamar on New Gen, but Lamar will elevate above some of these cards. Rodri. He is a card that would not be making it into any tier list on previous FIFAs. Well, in this game being 6'3", good strength, very nice defending, can pass. He's good enough, honestly, to be able to make it onto this list on this game. With an anchor, you're making him lengthy. Putting Rodri at the bottom of C tier because he really is slow and can't shoot, but he's still viable on this game. Pedri. The defending and physical aren't quite as bad as a lot of people think. An elite passer, elite on the ball, solid pace. He doesn't excel enough in shooting, defending, or physical. Good stamina though, to be fair. He is a very solid box-to-box midfielder. He's going at the top of the C tier for me. Can zoom in a bit more now. We've got some of these. Zakaria, very quick early on the game. Lengthy. Anchors making really strong, solid defending. The passing is pretty bad. He's pretty bad on the ball, can't shoot. So I'm putting him around top of C tier for me. I just don't think he's good enough across the board, in my opinion, to go any higher. But he is a very solid card. Dirk Kuyt. This card honestly surprised me how good he was. We could have put Park in this midfielder list, but he's going to probably enter the attacking one. If he was to play Park in centre mid, though, he is pushing on A tier for me. Dirk Kuyt, really quick. Elite shooting. Passing's okay. Pretty good on the ball for midfield. Fair. Defender awareness, not great. Very solid physical. As a box-to-box midfielder, this Dirk Kuyt is really good. If he was 4-star, he'd be pushing S tier for me. That's how good he is. But I'm putting him in the A tier. Simply put, I just don't think the 3-star is enough for the rest of the card to push him into that tier. Zidane. Baby Zidane, we'll look at. Baby Zidane, really, really good across the board. I use an architect on mine to make him lengthy and give him 99 short passing and strength. He's very, very good on the ball still for the player. He's got 5-star. You could go anchor as well if you want to boost his defending and a little bit more pace. You can really customize this card in a lot of ways, to be honest. This Zidane's amazing. We look at the other Zidane while we're here. They're both going to obviously be S tier cards. 5-star. This one's more of your playmaker one than a box-to-box. The Baby Zidane can kind of hybrid into the stay back as well, even though he's not got the best defending. But yeah, both of these are going to be S tier. I am putting the Baby Zidane just a little bit ahead of this one, but as a playmaker, this Zidane would go ahead. Zambo Anguissa. His gold card was pretty good, but obviously this one's an upgrade. He's probably going to get to at least an 86, maybe an 87. 6 foot. He feels bigger in game though. Elite physical, very good defending. 3-star do hold him back, but he's good on the ball. He's very solid across the board, to be honest. I am putting him probably bottom of A tier, around in the middle here. When he gets his upgrades though, he could be pushing up that list. Xabi Alonso, new icon this year. Not the best on the ball, but usable. Very good defending. Pretty good physical. Elite passer as you'd expect. Bit slow. Not the best shot, but not too bad. 4-star weak foot. We're putting Xabi Alonso around the top of B tier for me. I think he's a pretty good card still. Casemiro. Too slow on previous FIFAs, but on this game, lengthy. Look at him with an anchor. Nearly 99 strength. Crack defending. His passing's fine. He's tall enough. I'm putting him top of A tier for me. He's a very, very good card. I've used Essien, I've used Casemiro. Casemiro's better for me. He plays amazing in game. On old gen, Casemiro could drop all the way to C, B tier, but for new gen, he's really high up. Kevin De Bruyne. Best passer on this list with Zidane. Good on the ball. Elite shot. Decent pace. Not the best strength and defending though. Kevin De Bruyne for me is going to be probably, as the going forward one, he's going to be going bottom of S tier. He is that good with the weak foot, shooting, passing and dribbling right now. As an all-rounder, he might be just sneaking into the A tier. Defensively, you won't play him there. Obviously, you want him next to a beast defensively, but Kevin De Bruyne is really good. Kessie. Obviously, this guy's going to be stay back one. If he gets a couple of upgrades that one to watch, he's going to be insane. He's a little bit clunky on the ball in game, which does hold him back for me. But lengthy with that pace is really nice. He can shoot. His passing's okay. Very nice physical, elite physical, to be honest. Good defending. I'm putting Kessie in the B tier. Some people might think he should be A tier. Makalele. Makelele has elite physical and defending. He'll be fine on the ball even with low dribbling. He cannot shoot really though. That shooting is one of the worst you've seen. He's decent pace. I think this is a decent card. With an architect, he gets lengthy, which is quite nice and really does up the passing. I'm going to be putting him in B tier. He's just a little bit small with really, really bad in some areas. Actually, I'm going to put him A tier. His physical, defending and passing with an architect are that good that he excels in those. He's just a little bit small. Compared to Lam, he's just got the physical that Lam doesn't have. Zelonius, he is your very budget Kevin De Bruyne. Good pace, can shoot. He's got that 5-star weak foot, decent on the ball. Really bad physical though. He's going into the C tier. Marcus Llorente, 4-star weak foot, can shoot. Solid passing, good physical, solid defending. Really quick to the point like he's one of the quickest on this list. Marcus Llorente is going around here in your A tier. He's just so well rounded. Frenkie de Jong, better than people give him credit, I think, on this game. Elite passer, solid defensively, pretty good physical, not too small, elite on the ball, one of the quicker midfielders. He's not that good at shooting though with that weak foot. Defending's okay. I'm putting Frenkie around here in the B tier. Probably put him there. Barella. Nicola Barella. Very good on the ball. Feels very good on the ball in the game. He's basically a worse Modric, I think, on this game. Bit better physical and defending than Modric, but no 4-star. Not quite as good in some other areas. Barella, we're going to sneak into the top of the this tier. He's just better at shooting, defending than Pedri for me. Seedorf. I used to call him Say Dwarf because he just feels so small in game. His height does hold him back a bit. Bad defending. Good on the ball though. Very well rounded other than his defending. 4-star. We're probably putting him at the top of the B tier. If he was a bit bigger, even just a few inches bigger, he'd be into the A tier for me. Who do we want next? Fabinho. He is a nightmare to play against. He's basically a little bit worse Casemiro than me. Judging it pretty similar to the Casemiro card. I'm going to be putting him in the B tier. He's got elite defending and physical, which really do help him on this game. I will probably put him a bit lower in the B tier, to be honest. Yaya Toure. New hero this year. Honestly, don't think this card's quite as good as some people are saying. He's a bit clunky on the ball. He's not rapid, but he is quick. His passing is elite. He's good shooting. His defending's a little bit sus for an elite card. Insane physical. I'm not trying to write off this card. I just think he's a bit expensive. But when he gets his World Cup card, that's getting 4 more pace and 2 or 3 on all these stats. He's going to be ridiculous then because he already is very good. He's going into this S tier. I'm putting him in between Zidane and De Bruyne. Marquisio honestly shouldn't be ahead of these guys. Marquisio should be there probably. I don't know why Zidane was behind him. Schweinsteiger. We prefer his 87 to be honest to this one. His 87 is just a bit better all round. Passing's good, can shoot, decent on the ball, good physical. Not got the defending of his 89, but he's just more well-rounded. 3-star do hurt this card a bit though, so he's going here. Milinkovic-Savic. On old gen, he will be rated a tier or 2 lower, I think. But on new gen, one of the best physical midfielders, clinical, good passer. He'll be fine on the ball, I think. Very solid defending. A bit slow. Not the best on the ball, but I think he'll be fine. 4-star, 5-star with 6'3". Milinkovic-Savic is going into the A tier for me. Probably around there. Milinkovic-Savic, honestly, on old gen's probably B/C. But on this game, he just plays so well. Tonali. Sandro Tonali. Really like this card. 4-star weak foot. He's really good in general. Can pass. Shooting's a bit bad. Solid physical, solid defending. He is a probably middle B tier for me. Ballack. Michael Ballack. 4-star. Lengthy. Very good physical. He's just a little sus on the ball, Ballack, normally, but he's so well-rounded that for me, he's going to be pushing around the top of A tier. We've got Valverde. Valverde, this card, when he gets 2 upgrades, he's going to be absolutely phenomenal. He's already very good. Valverde can shoot. He's got, I think, the 4-star weak foot along with 4 cards this year. Decent on the ball. Very good passing. Very good physicality in defending. Rapid. We are putting Valverde at the bottom of the S tier. It's close between him, Marquinhos and De Bruyne. Mid Vieira. This goes the same for both the Vieiras. The best just all-round physical stay-back midfielder in the game. Quick. Can shoot. Really good defending, elite really, elite physical, okay on the ball, really good passer. Vieira is the second best midfielder in the game right now with Hullet. Your dream pairing is Hullet and Vieira, back to some of the glory days of FIFA. And then Mateus for the last one. Beast all round. He normally feels pretty bad on the ball, that's the only thing that I don't like about him. You can go architect to make him lengthy. Makes him insane passer. He's good at shooting. He's got elite physical and defending. I think on this game he's a bit small, but I'm still going to be putting him at bottom of S tier. I think that he's just that well-rounded even when he's a bit small that I really can't justify putting him any lower than that. And honestly, boys, that is the tier list. I don't think anyone on this tier list is bad. Like I said, I think there is a big gap between the S tier to the S tier to B tier. There's huge gaps. And there's even big gaps between Hullet, Vieira to Mateus, of course. Maybe I could have put a few of these cards in the A tier, but I want to spread it about a lot. There's a really good variety of midfielders this year. Hopefully I've not left anyone out. Like I said, Georgie Hadji, you're Renato Sanchez for this video. Hope you boys appreciate this type of content. Hope you enjoy it. If you do like the tier list, please do let me know in the comments. I appreciate you guys' support. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.